Welcome to our Oracle of Ages 100% walkthrough video series. This is part 1, obviously.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Coming, viewing, whatever.
The majority of this part is just going to be like the opening cinematic.
Actually, it's almost all of this
It's
part.
almost
Like
all
right at the
this
very
part.
end, like we go to the village or whatever it is.
And that's about it.
But yeah, that's it. But like I just, I'm playing through this game for the second time now, recording, and just I hate this game. not to sell it so high to start the game with.
Yeah, way to set the bar high.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm letting know right up front what this game's about. I'm just not a big fan of this game, but
Not
you know
at all.
what? We're going to do it.
Yep.
We're going to have fun with it. We're going to try to make it as enjoyable as we can.
And right off the bat, one of the things that turned me off to this game right off the beginning was I thought just the intro and like the story setup is very lazy.
Well, it's a handheld game too, though. So I mean, you're not going to get like a lava story, but
yeah, I just thought they're just like, oh, there's this other world that's in trouble. We're going to teleport you there. And that's the whole setup.
Well, it doesn't really make sense on the timeline because it falls right after Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what happens between that time and now? Like, with the teleporting and everything, just really how we got here just does not make a lot of sense at all. Like,
it's like, where is this world?
Did we play that flute and the bird came and got us and Link to the Past and flew us here or something? Like,
I guess.
Is that how we teleported?
I mean, that's as good an explanation as any we're going to get from this game.
Now, I don't understand this part coming up right here. Like, we get an item later on in the game. We won't say it, but you probably know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, like, even though we had the triangle on our hand, how we can move that rock right there.
Because we can't move any other rock or pot.
Yeah,
or
unless we
anything.
have a special, item in Zelda games.
I mean, I guess that Triforce block doesn't weigh anything if you've got the symbol.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like,
as long as you got the symbol.
Because, like, physics always makes sense in Zelda games. So that would work.
And right off the bat, we kind of run into a little bit of I was frustrated by this because
I was too.
All these creatures are like, I just want to listen to her sing, I just want to listen to her sing. And you can't figure out what to do.
You actually had to talk to them in a certain order.
Yeah.
And to get that bear right there to move. And like this part right here, like you can only go in a certain area. And I could not figure out this part.
Yeah.
And when I had to look on the internet for this early in the game, I was like, this is not a great start to this game.
Now, one addition that I kind of liked for the handhelds, because this and Oracle of Seasons were only the second and third handhelds.
Yes.
After Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
So I like how they added like those little like the picture they showed there. It's not quite a cinematic.
Oh, but just like for a handheld, I think it's a cinematic for a handheld.
Exactly, just like the picture of like you and Nehru rather. I'm gonna screw up the names all.
Yeah. We should, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make that disclaimer. Like, there's just a lot of names in here. We're not going to know how to pronunciate very well.
Yeah.
And we are going we know it makes some people mad, but just like
we're gonna do the best we can.
I actually look for pronunciations online. I just couldn't find any. So if we screw up some names, some places, we're sorry. This game it just has some tough ones where you could take the pronunciation a lot of different ways.
Well, just the name of the world, it's like Labrina.
Well, I'm not gonna try to say it.
I don't know what it is.
El City.
I'm gonna call it Lanaroo. I'm gonna call it Lanaroo the whole time. But and Nehru's your Oracle of Ages, Ralph. We can get that name right.
Yeah, which is a really weird name for a Zelda game. Like you just don't have like common names today, like Ralph in Zelda games. Now I don't know how common Ralph is nowadays, but it used to be more common.
It's also a little weird, but I guess it makes sense with a handheld that we're kind of getting introduced to every major character here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Like we've met Nehru, we've met Ralph.
For like Link's Awakening, and I can't remember what happens exactly in Seasons, if it kind of starts out like this too, but I know in Link's Awakening, we didn't get like just everything bam.
Yeah.
Like, with all the main characters in the game.
Especially like the villain. I mean, the main villain herself is showing herself right here off the very beginning. Which I thought she was kind of an interesting villain.
I did like her, to be honest with you, and I don't find her at the very end of the game. She, it's not really a spoiler, but she is very tough when we fight her at the end of the game.
Yeah, she had my number.
She had my number about 30 times.
So I just thought it was
I like how she took the form, not the form, but she possessed. What's her name? Impa. Yes, thank you. I don't know why I forgot that one. I just looked it up right before we started, but. I just kind of like how she was sneaking and getting in there, and
she was.
One thing I really just don't understand what she is right there. She's a shadow. She is a sorceress.
A sorceress of shadows.
Yeah,
actually.
But
it's weird that she has that form, and she has the physical form that she showed us, where she looks like a girl and everything, and then she takes
that's her real form right there, though, isn't it?
I think so.
That form she takes or whatever, just. some like lost crap.
So yeah,
Where you're like, what?
she's the smoke monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of, was a smoke monster. But I was standing over like, what was that stupid thing again?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the smoke monster is, but
I'm sorry, but with Ralph's form, there's no way he could be like a warrior or
no.
save Nehru right there. There's no way.
And we'll encounter Ralph all throughout the game, and he's always been like, oh, I've been with Nehru since she was young. He's supposed to be her protector, but he doesn't do a very good job.
He reminds me a lot of Groose. Like, he kind of has that same attitude as Groose, but when it comes, like, when the chips are down, like, he's just not going to be there to, like, attack or, like, take care of her.
No, he's not going to do anything. It's like a mix to me between, like, Groose and you get a little bit of, like, Ravio as well.
Oh, that's true.
Only he's a little less cowardly.
Ravio admitted he was a coward.
Yeah.
You would never hear those words come out of Groose's mouth.
Or Ralph's, for that matter.
Yeah, no. It's funny, like, throughout this game, you'll see him, like, we'll do something, and then Ralph comes running. So, like, whatever.
He's just been following our footsteps the whole time.
Yeah, basically, that's it. Like,
letting us do the heavy
lifting. He's like, look, like, spying on us, and he'd be like, okay, now I know where to go.
I like the little effect there with the lightning bolts.
Yeah,
I thought that was just a neat little touch, like showing what Varen is doing in the past, how it's affecting the present. And it's just a neat little touch.
There's one cool thing I liked, and this game takes about 400 years. You'll actually learn this in a couple parts from now, but we'll go ahead and say, like, the past and the present in this game is 400 years apart.
Yeah.
And just, like, I don't know what made them choose that time span, but just, I like that they chose one that actually went that far back.
Yeah, instead of, like, you think Ocarina of Time was, like, 6 years, 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years. 7 years, And you should know that one.
I know, how many times I've played through that game. But just having something where it makes it feel like she went way back.
Yeah, to make these changes, like, like, you wouldn't really think, like, you think, like, 100 years would do the job, but, I mean, like, if you go back 400 years, I mean, you really can't. I mean, look at Back to the Future. I mean, they go back 40, and look what happens. You got Biff's Casino.
Oh my gosh!
So like if you go back 400, based on the Back to the Future theory of evolution, or I don't know if that even makes sense. I'm getting way too off topic.
All right.
But like
they should have hoverboards.
I mean, what I'm saying is when you go back that far, you can really change the present. And I love thinking about it in that conceptual way.
I will say though, I kind of wish that they would have done a better job of making the two worlds, like the past and the present, more different than
they were very similar.
They were, and I was a little disappointed in that. You think 400 years, a ton of stuff is going to change.
You know how I knew they were similar? Because I kept on getting stuck in the same spot, so that's how I knew they were similar.
Me too. But it's like the biggest differences are like the trees are like you plant some gacha seeds and they grow. And
even if I remember like just the places in the dungeons, or like the dungeons are like you'll see here throughout the game that they're either or. Yeah. There's not really. Well, is there a dungeon that I don't even know. I have no clue actually. So
Mermaid Cave later on this past.
We'll just go to the next point.
Yeah,
because I really don't know.
Well, this conversation we're having with Impa here, I kind of had
to laugh. Music,
with no music.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Well, not that this game has great music anyway.
No, I'm really not a fan of any of the music in this game. No. There's a couple good dungeon themes, but other than that, there's nothing.
Yeah, my whole thought was like Impa here though tells us because she could sense these shadows around the Oracle Nehru, so she wanted to bring her to Hyrule. I'm like, if this girl's surrounded by shadow, don't bring her to our world.
We don't want her trouble.
Yeah, leave her in Labrino.
Yeah. You were close. I have a problem with Zelda right here because she entrusted Impa with a wooden sword.
I know.
It's like, geez, thanks a lot, Zelda.
What is that going to defend us
Way to
from?
help protect me right there.
You know what, though? It's called the hero's wooden sword. So.
Who cares? It's a wooden sword.
It must be some kind of special.
I don't call my driver in golf a hero. Or if I did, it would not do anything differently.
The sad thing is we don't get a sword upgrade for
It's not really wood, though, either, but, whatever.
We don't get a sword upgrade for a long, long time.
That is true.
It's what we have to work with.
But then we'll make our way to the city right here, or village. I forgot which one it's called right here. But anyways, this will go ahead and wrap up part 1 of our walkthrough for Oracle of Ages.